Hey guys, Zach here, and welcome back to another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Bandai Creation King Caesar. Now, King Caesar comes from the 1974 film Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, where basically, after the first fight between Godzilla and Mechagodzilla in that movie, Godzilla fails, causing him to retreat. Mechagodzilla just continues to destroy the city, when the humans believe that, alright, maybe if we awaken King Caesar, he might save everyone. So, King Caesar is awakened by a really long song that plays in that movie. You have to sing to him in order to wake him up, and it goes on for a really long time. But, yeah. Anyway, King Caesar finally wakes up, and a lot of people like him. A lot. But that's kind of a shame because he nearly dies. He gets beaten up, he gets thrown into a ditch. Yeah, there was really no competition between King Caesar and Mechagodzilla. But Godzilla does eventually come back, and both King Caesar and Godzilla tag team Mechagodzilla, and the day is saved. And if you haven't seen Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, it's actually a pretty good movie. It's been a while since I've seen it. In fact, the only time I've seen that movie was when I was like 7 years old, but yeah, bottom line, it's still a good movie. But this figure is also very good. Now, before I take a look at the figure, unlike all of my other action figure reviews, I have the box with me, so I'm going to show that off really quickly. So, yeah. So this is the box. It's basically, do you ever go out and you see the NECA figures, like the NECA Shin Godzilla or the NECA Godzilla 1994 figure? Yeah, that's basically what you got going on here. I really hope you like this, because this is what NECA's going to use for most of their Godzilla figures. Except for Godzilla 2014 and the NES Godzilla, this is what they use for pretty much every other Godzilla figure they made. But, yeah. Anyway, on the front we have a picture of the 1954 Bandai Creation Godzilla figure. I don't know why, but okay. Would have been better if it was just like a better picture of Godzilla, not just a figure, but alright. But we have Godzilla right here in Japan. Godzilla here, take a closer look. Ages 4 and up, Bandai, warning, choking hazard, small parts, etc. Over here we have the 60th anniversary logo for Godzilla, and I'm not gonna lie, this logo looks a lot nicer than the 25th anniversary logo that Jurassic Park has. Don't get me wrong, I like that logo a lot, believe me, but I don't know. This logo just has a lot more class to me, but anyway, on the side here we just have Godzilla, ages 4 and up, Bandai. Same on the other side, and on the back we have the other figures in this line, such as Godzilla 2000, or Millennium Godzilla, and Godzilla 1954. I already reviewed these on the channel, so yeah, I'm not going to go into too much detail with that. And again, we have the 60th logo, 60th anniversary logo right here. Bandai, 4 and up, King Caesar, and Godzilla right there, their little emblems. And that is pretty much it for the packaging. Now, this figure, it's good. I like this figure a lot, don't get me wrong. But, I'm gonna be honest, King Caesar to me, I think he has a really dumb design. Like, he's not my least favorite kaiju, you know, but he's definitely not my favorite, I'll be completely honest, but yeah. Anyway, with all that out of the way, let's take a look at the paint on this figure. And the paint on this figure is actually really good. So, most of the figure is is both brown and like this mustard yellow, but there's also a lot of bits of black that really make the detailing shine on this figure. And for the fur, there's also a lot of brown, which makes the fur pop out a lot better too. The toe claws again have that yellowish, whitish color right there, as well as the finger claws, or just claws. This isn't a Jurassic Park figure. He has the jewel right there on his forehead. And I don't think King Caesar had black pupils in the movie. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this might be an error. Either way, it still looks nice. But then we have these things on his head, I guess. I don't know what that's all about, but yeah. Anyway, going to the tail, again, the painting is really nice here. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the paint on this figure. it is really nice, I'm not gonna lie. Even though I said a lot of, or not a lot of things negative against King Caesar, I'm not a big fan of King Caesar, but I do have to admit, this figure is actually really nice. And especially the paint here. The paint is really nice here too. There are some spots where it looks a little bland, like right here, like above the stomach. Like they didn't really paint too much, or they didn't really add too much black here, but yeah. The paint still looks nice on this figure, so the paint gets a pass. Now I'll take a look at the articulation, and this figure is actually slightly above average for a Bandai Creation figure. But not by much, though. So basically, the arms can move forwards this much, and backwards this much. The waist can rotate, which is cool. The ears can rotate, but you kind of have to force it. Like that. Both of them can do that. So you could have them like this, which looks a little stupid. And then you could have, his normal, like the way his ears normally are, which looks much better. The legs can move almost 360. Oh no. This one can. I don't know about this one though. Oh, well that can too. I thought the arms would get in the way, but they actually do. And the tail actually twists 360 as well, so yeah. That's pretty cool. In terms of articulation, this figure is actually above average for a Bandai Creation figure or a Bandai Movie Monster Series figure, and that's actually really cool. So the articulation on this figure gets a pass. Now I'll take a look at the sculpt, and the sculpt, again, is really nice. I have nothing to complain about. Everything seems legit here. Everything, looks accurate to the movie. Not really in terms of sculpt, but something I mentioned earlier about the paint. I don't think he actually had black pupils in the movie, but he does here. Yeah, I think the sculpt is really nice on this figure. There is another version of this figure, but it looks a lot different and a little bit more movie accurate, but this, I think, is just trying to be its own thing, but it still looks really nice nonetheless, so yeah. Bottom line, the sculpt gets a pass. Now I'll take a look at the detailing, and the detailing on this figure is really nice, I have to admit. So, first I'll start off at the head. His face is detailed really nicely. All of these things, they're looking alright. All of the fur on the ears and on the head, that looks really nice. On the back of the neck and the head and the shoulders and all that, the fur detailing here looks really nice as well. Going to the chest, we can see more really nice looking detailing right here for his nipples. I mean, that's okay. The scales for most of the body look really nice as well. The feet are detailed nicely, as well as the tail here. That looks really good too. And I really like the creases and the fingers here. That adds a lot more in terms of detailing. And underneath, well, there's not much. There's just TM 2013 copyright Toho and Bandai 2013 made in China. So, yeah. That's pretty much it for the detailing on this figure. Again, the detailing is really good on this figure, so it gets a pass. Should you get this figure? If you don't have a King Caesar in your collection, definitely get this figure, because even though I'm not a big fan of King Caesar, I'd still say that this figure is really good, and if you don't have this figure, definitely pick it up. Or if you want, if you want to get the original version, then pick that up. But yeah, bottom line, this is still a really good figure, and if you want to know how big he is, here he is next to Dr. Billy Grant. Alright, now that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, Zach out.